wisdom, and skills to survive. CEOs and senior leaders need to be more inquisitive and more reliant on their employees for wise counsel. As coaches, we have worked with a variety of organizations and helped managers wrestle with how to reach across differences to establish clear, two-way communication with their diverse teams. We find that it has helped them build and renew the trust with their teams and create the kind of fertile environments where their employees can build their careers. It is not easy to change the behaviors of people at work, even if business as usual isn't working out. But our experience has taught us that interpersonal dynamics can change when people with a drive for making a difference take the initiative and then influence others to multiply the effect. We've seen firsthand how, as companies seek to become more profitable and productive in an increasingly global landscape, different leadership styles are becoming more acceptable, impacting all aspects of employee development. This includes how you recruit and orient new hires, mentoring, modeling, and feedback, leading teams, and applying the same relationship skills to adapt your clients and customers. Though the idea of adaptive, fluent leadership is still a young concept, we are beginning to see the efficacy of this approach in generating out-of-the-box thinking that has created new business innovations. As we grappled with this concept, we found that our clients were trying to figure out how best to lead people who were different from them. Our directive became clear. We all need to learn a new skill set that will enable successful business interactions in our new diverse surroundings. Your country manager in Vietnam, as well as your finance director sitting in headquarters in Chicago, may lack the fluency required to work effectively with each other. We are simply not taught how to relate to people from other backgrounds. And these skills of flexing are not adequately taught in our educational systems, undergraduate programs, or business schools. The world has certainly become flatter. As Thomas Friedman posits in his treatise on globalization, the world is flat, a brief history of the 21st century. But although we are more connected globally as a workforce through technology, managers aren't actually better equipped to interact and communicate globally with people. Even as we write this, we realize the stakes are significant, not only in the work we do for our clients, but also because each of us has experienced firsthand the disconnect and dissonance of not matching up to dominant norms in our work environments. But both of us have also felt the exhilaration and empowerment of leveraging our unique perspectives in truly transformative ways. Our personal journeys compel us individually to bring these issues to the forefront. Jane's story. You have to work really hard. That's the English translation of Yolshimi Hada, the Confucian work ethic that served as a refrain in my life nearly from my birth in South Korea, where I also spent my early childhood years. When I was a first-grade student in Korea, the rules for how to do well and succeed were abundantly clear. I understood perfectly the expectations of how to treat your teachers, how you learn, and how you communicate in the Korean classroom. Always raise your hand before answering a question, and never interrupt the class or the teacher. Never disagree with teacher in public. Listen carefully to what is said, and jot down your lesson plan in your notebook. There was no debate. These rules were instilled in all of us at an early age. The social distance, the gap between my teacher and me, dictated very specific rules for proper behavior. When we moved to New York, I was the same person, but I didn't know how much the rules had shifted. As a child, you can't pinpoint that uneasy feeling you have. When your environment and the rules that accompany it changes, you know that something dramatically different has happened, but you don't know exactly how to put it in context. Instead of recognizing external differences in the environment or in the behavior of others, a young child is only left to wonder, is something wrong with me? When the old rules don't work anymore. So when my third-grade teacher, Mrs. Quinn, asked me after class one day, "Jane, how come you don't ask any questions in class?" I was dumbfounded. I thought